just a quick rundown about the few new roles that came up. So I have some thoughts about those. So Kitten Werewolf obviously really strong. He can convert anyone that's not protected by any protected role. If he tries to convert like or a seer or seer that's being protected, then he could fail. And at the beginning there was this bug where Kitten Werewolf can convert like more than one person. The werewolf team won all these matches in sandbox mode. It was really funny to see. Here's the footage I captured before it was patched. In some situations where all the werewolves are dead and also the circular is dead, if the game is still ongoing, that means one of the villagers is converting into a werewolf. And this is really interesting because you will never know which villager turned into a werewolf, and if there's not a informer present, it will be really hard try to find out who is a villager who got converted, because the elimination method doesn't work anymore. It is one of the villagers, so they have to guess which villager got converted into werewolf by Kitten Werewolf. That adds a really interesting factor in the game. Also, the illusionist seems to be a little bit too weak. Why? Because if you enchant someone, usually you want people to vote them out. Well, if you enchant that person and that person voted out, then you cannot kill that person anymore. If you kill that person is not gonna be voted out by being checked being illusionist. So it's kinda a dilemma where if you kill that person, then he won't be checked to be illusionist, or he'll be dead from the suspect list, so he won't be voted out. If he's dead by illusionist who killed him, then you can't have a scapegoat anymore. You know what I mean? So you either have to let people vote that person, or you have to choose to kill that person yourself by killing him during the day and in the discussion phase. So this kinda like a waste of kill. It's kinda weird. It's counterproductive, I would say. It's really counterproductive when you have to choose to kill your scapegoat. Also, I've noticed he dies during the day. It gives you harder times if you dose like or a seer or someone else that can use his ability or inform people during the day. Then you would rather kill him at the super beginning of the day, or you want to wait a little bit for him to be checked as illusionist, then be voted out. But like, if they vote out, why do you bother even enchant that person to kill? So like, it's kinda weird. You can only kill that person during discussion phase. Then at voting phase, you cannot do something cool. Let's say you have 2 votes on you, the villagers have 2 votes on the werewolf. You might just kill those people who are voting you. Then you have less votes than the other person. That's one of the play I was thinking when the illusionist was out. I was like, oh, that could be amazing, like a vote switch at the end, or just kill off the people who are voting you to make a surprise voting. But it ended up with like only capable of killing people during the discussion phase, which doesn't make it stronger, I would say. So serial killer can kill people at the end of night, right? But like illusionist, if you are fast, like seer who want to share info really fast, you just type in the chat and press enter before the illusionist can do anything to you. You just share the info, which also doesn't help illusionist. So like, his ability is counterproductive, plus he lets the target alive during the day. So I would say he's kind of the weakest. He's even weaker than serial killer, I would say, at this point of the game. So yeah, that's what I have to say to illusionist. I did think he was kind of weird at the beginning and pretty counterproductive. Okay, so we have this Santa. This is a surprise role made by the devs to celebrate Christmas. So his ability is really strong. He has 4 gifts, because you get this foreground, Santa Claus foreground, and 2 ho 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 to show everyone that Santa is in the game. It's basically a fun role to play. There's not too many strategies. You can just tell people, I'll do ho 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 tonight to prove I'm Santa. That's pretty much all you can do. The only strategies I can think about. Otherwise, it's just fun rules that won't last long. So you can only do once, like either you do ho 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 or you give a gift. So the first night you want to do ho 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 because no one dies. And the second night, if someone dies, you give him a gift. But if someone like will kill you or try to counterclaim you, don't give that person a gift. No gift for bad kids. Yeah, that's what I think about Santa. Santa is pretty fun. Fortune teller, I'm not sure about fortune teller. I haven't played fortune teller yet. I don't know if the bug is fixed. I have to see. Otherwise, I don't have anything to see about fortune teller, because there was a bug where when you are fortune teller, you are disconnected. Will be disconnected from the game, and you cannot reconnect to your game. So I didn't have the luck to get this fortune teller after the bug is fixed. So just yet, I don't know how it works. So in the last part of the video, I want to talk a little bit about what I think about the trends of the game. At the end of season 3, I remember that random villager claims were new. So people before that time didn't have this mindset of claiming to be random villager on day 1. So at that time, people who claimed random villager on day 1 will be regarded as strange, suspicious, or even as noobs because they say their roles on day 1. And they'll be put in danger, might be eaten by werewolves if they expose themselves. At that time, people didn't know why others are trying to claim random villagers and why they are doing such a thing as exposing themselves. And more and more people are understood why they actually need to claim random villager on day 1. Then it became like a tradition or just a culture general in ranked games. At season 4, season 5, there's like a trend of junior werewolf saying that they are medium on day 1, and the medium would instantly reply, that's a fake medium, he lies. Then people would just kill that junior werewolf and junior will tag medium, so it's trade for junior and medium. At that time was a new strategy and people always fall for it because it was new at that time. And then there was also a trend of fake detective when in the preset of the random villagers, there used to be a time where detective was actually one of the choice of random villagers. So you can have more than one detective in your game, and that at that time was very chaotic. A lot of werewolves try to pretend to be detective. Sometimes they get it right because there is a chance where you check maybe headhunter with another villager and they are in different teams, so the werewolf end up giving the red info and being trusted. So that was also a trend for a few seasons, and the devs actually decided to remove detective from random villager set. A lot of high ranked players started a new trend. It's like dog claim on day 1. If you claim dog on day 1, it might expose yourself in danger in some ways, but in other ways you'll be totally fine because you can be a scapegoat for the werewolf team, and the villager team might not trust you enough to believe you're a doctor, and you might still be checked and enchanted. So it works both ways. Werewolves usually want to keep you alive. If they kill you, there's a better chance that they'll run out of scapegoat. In the last video I talked about how scapegoat is important for the werewolf team. So if they run out of scapegoats and they lose the game, that's why like dog claim is fine as a strategy. And when I start this trend, I can see people in all my games say, this guy is a noob. He claims to be dog. He doesn't know he'll be killed. And now you look at it. Now it's been 2 seasons that it's been trending now. So like if you come up with something new, there will be always like people who say that you are stupid because they don't understand what you are doing. So basically you have to go through this process of getting laughed at, and people begin to understand, and then it become a trend where a lot of people start to use that as a strategy. So what I'm thinking about the future of the game, what I think that will be trending in the next seasons, the first one will be werewolves selling other werewolves. That'll be trend. This is already starting. So I've seen few games where werewolves are starting to sell other werewolves to gain trust. More and more of that. And the other one is a lot of random villager claims. So I've seen recent matches, like especially in this season, I've seen like 4 werewolves claim to be random villager at once on day 1, or 3 of them claims, and the other one claims to be dog or aura seer. A lot of people try to claim to be spirit seers and other random villagers all at the same day. So this will be trending, and there's another kind of strategy that will be trending. Will be like solo killer pretending to be an informer. Either they will be spirit seer or aura seers. So people are getting smarter at the games, even that's for sure. And I really like to see how the game evolves with the time. And I really like to see people try different things and try out strategies and invent those strategies. At the end, a shout out to Coolbets Express YouTube channel. She makes great werewolf online content. If you are interested in watching some more videos, you can subscribe to her. Link in the description. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next video.